Hey guys, it's Adam here in Northern Tech, and I'm bringing you another vaping review. I've been using this dart for a while now, and I put it through hell and back, and what I'm talking about is the IPV2 by Pioneer4u. Let's roll that intro, and then we'll check it out. Alrighty, so what I have here is the Pioneer4u's IPV2. This is a 50 watt mod that runs on a single 18650 battery. It'll do from 7 to 50 watts from, I've had this thing really low down to 2.2 volts, and I don't know if it steps down. I don't think it does, but it'll go up to 8.4 volts, and right now I have a build on it of 1.4 ohms. And what I like about this chip, this is the SX350 chip, not the DNA30 or the DNA50 or whatever the frig you want to go comparable to that. This is a 50 watt non-upgradable firmware, so it's stuck at 50 watts, where if you get the IPV2S, apparently you can upgrade the firmware, and the IPV3 you can upgrade the firmware, so on and so forth. But this one here is just 50 watts, and trust me, it's all you really need to vape. I barely ever take this thing above 20, to be honest with you. But let's just go over it, and I'll show you all the nitty-gritty details. Switch camera mode. Oh yeah, you can check out my badass wallpaper. But here we go. The Pioneer4u's IPV2. Probably noticing all the scuff marks on it. Let me tell you, I've beaten the shit out of this poor thing. The atomizer on there is the IGO-L single coil. It's personally my favorite way to vape is with a single coil. And it doesn't do too bad. She really puts it out there when you want her to. But anyway, we'll cap that, and it's my favorite atomizer, and it's the cheapest one on the market. But anyway, let's go over this device. You have your standard buttons, your power button, your plus and minus to set your wattage. And one thing I like about this chip is on the screen, if you check it out, you see how it says 13 watts, 4.2 volts? It'll tell you how much voltage you're throwing at it at all times in real time. With the DNA30s, you have to set your wattage and then pull the trigger to find out how many volts are going to that poor coil. So right now we're at 7 watts, and it'll put 3.1. If we crank her right to 50, and I'll show you that it goes right to 50, at 50 watts we're putting 8.3 volts directly to the coil. That would probably hurt. Yes, that would definitely suck. Smells awesome in here now. And we'll try it at 50 watts, but I'll just show you around again. So you have your power button, your screen, your plus minus for setting your wattage. On the bottom, you have your charging port. I wish it wasn't on the bottom. I wish it was on the side or something, because it's hard to charge this thing and then sit it upright on your desk. You gotta like kind of hang it off the end, and you always knock it over. On the back, there's the Pioneer4u logo. On the top, you have your standard 510 connector. The only thing I couldn't get the dock with this one here, but others haven't had this problem, is my Nautilus. It will not screw in there for some reason. And this goofy thing. This is a touch button. I have it disabled. To enable it, you come over to the side here, and you press the plus and the power same time, and it turns the touch on. So basically if you touch here, and I'll show you that I got no fingers anywhere else near the fire button. But there's a huge problem with this. If you're dripping like I like to do, and you overfill your device and juice leaks out, because that happens, the moment the juice lands on this button, she'll fire like crazy, even if it's in your pocket. Had that happen to me once. Really unpleasant experience. So what I normally do is press and hold the minus and the power and turn that touch off. That's pretty much all the device is, and then if you unscrew this, you have your battery holder and all the electronics are nicely covered. I'd show you that, but man, these screws are so small, I already lost one and it took me 3 days to find it. Alright, let's come back out to the main screen. Camera's up. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to vape this beast at 50 watts, but we're going to give her a little bit more sauce first. This is going to suck so much. It's going to be very hot. Stupidest feature for a device is to have a touch panel on it. Because like even right now, I just touched it with my thumb there, and I don't know if you can tell, but I got juice on it, and it would just start firing on its own right now. Alright, 50 watts. Wow. That's like a half a second run. Nope, don't like that, too hot, way too hot. Now this device does have a bunch of features in it where if it does overheat it will shut down. It also has, I believe you can run it from 0.5 ohms all the way up to 3 ohms. I believe that's what the manual says. Mind you, I did have a 0.3 ohm atomizer on here and it did fire it, which I didn't think it would do, but it did. It didn't come with a battery. I had to supply my own, so I got a purple 35 amp E-Fest in here and it's 2500 milliamp hours, and I can go all day on this thing as long as I don't put it at 50 watts. Then I can go about 10 minutes. But do I like the device? Hell yeah. Do I think it's a rugged device? Oh hell yeah. Let me see, what did I do with this? First day that I got it, I was working in the garage on probably the mini bike. I had it sitting on the barbecue, wasn't paying attention, knocked it off the barbecue onto the concrete floor. Still fired. I did that with a Nintendo controller, had to resolder everything. I've dropped this thing off my desk a bunch of times. Like, the battle scars are enough to tell you that she's been through hell and back. I've beaten the crap out of this poor thing. The biggest thing was I had it in the toolbox in the back of my romping tractor, and Rex and I went up the hill, and I didn't have this thing in any sort of padding or nothing, and it was bouncing around in the toolbox, banging off the hammer and the vice grips and the rope and hook that we have in there and all that. Yeah, it got the crap kicked out of it pretty good, and you know what? She still chooches. That's a good sign. That's a good product. Take that kind of abuse and still keep on rocking, I approve. So there you go, guys. If you're looking for a cheap mod, these sell for about $100 at your local vape stores. Can Vape has them. I'm trying to think of who else. There's a bunch of sites. What's that one from Niagara Falls? I can't remember the name of it, but they have it too. If you look up the IPV2, you will find a distributor in Canada. And if you're looking for something pretty powerful and pretty cheap compared to a DNA 30, which is about $300, this is what you want. So thanks for watching my video, guys, and until next time, peace the frig out.